Today we are in Norton at Kunze Veggies farm, which is owned by Mr. and Mrs. Kunze.
Chandingataura about farming. I regret not starting farming earlier than Pandakazotang. I think by now we could have reached a higher level than Patiri Nasi.
If there is big monies in farming, why is it that not all farmers are making money?
They have more than 1,000 square meters under greenhouse production. And today, we're going to focus on English cucumber production.
Welcome to Incredible Farmers. I'm Stephanie Maiden.
This journey started just before COVID in 2019. I was invited to a tea party in Borodale. In fact, a friend sent me a link that was advertising a field day which was being sponsored in a Total Farm Solution. Ndakakumbirawo kuti ndikwanise kuenda ndinoattenda ndinoona zvakanga zvichiitwa. Since then I was already involved in open field farming, whereby I was doing vegetables, tomatoes and onions. So I wanted to advance to another level. My husband then, he was at work when I called him, and he said, no, tea party, you cannot go there. Then, well, as a submissive, is it? I just listened to what he said. Then the following day I asked him also, because I see tea party or a kitchen party, I feel the day. I want to go and learn what other ladies are doing. Then Dakavanda Zonzi, you can now go. You can go, but use your own vehicle. My friends. So that is where the journey started. Ndakakwanisa kuenda ku field day, which is CP2, whereby a lady medical doctor was doing a greenhouse farming. I told it my English cucumbers. I was inspired pandakashika ikoko. Shokuti ndakati if she can do it, achienda kubasa. I didn't want to know and I'm also into agriculture, then I can do this too. Ndakabva ikoko ndakabata ma cucumbers 4. Ndakauya zenze riri mukati musoro ndichinyatso kuti baba mwana, this is what I'm going to produce no matter what. Please, I beg you, can you also pay for a greenhouse for me so that I can do my hobby at another level? Then immediately he also agreed and started to support me kuti tikwanise kuva ne greenhouse. In 2019 we managed to kuvatisa a 200 square meter greenhouse, which we started producing my English cucumbers. Tichi director nima agronomist eku Total Farm Solution. In 2020, at the peak of COVID, we had our second crop, same greenhouse imomo. Taka manager kuita a field day. Yatakanga taka supportwa ne National Tested Seed ne Seedco with Total Farm Incorporated. Zvinova zvinhu zvakatifadza sevanhu vakanga vachimborima pa open field. We started really feeling kuti we can go to another level. As we speak right now, tavanema greenhouse 6. Achizvarwa ne greenhouse number 1. Achingo tambidzana until we are at this position. As far as market is concerned, kumavambo uko ndaitofambawo ma door to door kuma retailers nevane misika yavo yakakura kuti ndikwanise kutengesa zvinhu zvangu zvandinenge ndaproducer my English cucumbers and my colored peppers. How I have managed to maintain my clients angu ndezvekuti consistency, quality and quantities. As I am talking right now, ndinogara ndine my English cucumbers from January to December. Are of good quality, ndichikwanisa kumaneja ma-quantities acho andinenge ndichifanira kusupplya kuma-retails andinoendesa. So kune vamwe varimi nema-aspiring farmers, chinhu chinotiita kuti tirambe tiri mufield, you need to have consistent quality and quantity. Zvinhu izvozvo zvinofanira kufambirana every time so that ma-clients edu nema-consumers vazive kutoti kwakunze kunowanikwa ma-English cucumbers throughout the year. English cucumber harinetsi, asi our first point of call is the soil testing. Soil testing yedu kana taita tinopiwa ma-parameters anenge abuda kutest kulabhuku. So tiri kuti isusu kana wachipiwa izvozvo tochiita anonzi ma-fertility trenches. Ma-fertility trenches tinge tichitowaitira kuti tichifeeda our soil nezvataudzwa nemurimisi vakanyatsokuspecializa kuti ivhu kuti rizonzi iri riri suitable for English cucumber rinenge richifanira kunge rine ma-nutrients api at what level. Then kana uri pekutanga I would advise you kuti ma-seeds uendese ku-seed house wonoplantirwa wozomatora iwewe ava ma-seedlings. Nokuti isusu hedu ne-experience takukwanisa kuita yatinoti in situ planting. Tinotongo prepare ivhu redu mu-greenhouse, totongo plantira ipapo cucumber redu richisimuka. Patinorima cucumber, isusu tinonyanyisa kushandisa vana MKP, na potassium nitrate, ana best bloom, quick start, quick grow. Those are the major fertilizers that we use. Ammonium nitrate, just a little, pekutanga pa first vegetative stage ye English cucumber redu.
Has been foliar fertilizers working for you?
Yeah, foliar fertilizers ka ndo akatotita kuti ma-plants edu during the winter akwanise kutombo sustaina the uptake ema-nutrients.
There is a direct intake absorption from the leaves.
Chokwadi chocho.
I also like this management strategy, supporting system yenye. I've seen most of the farmers, they only use the trellising twine, but here there is also a supporting wire. The management strategy, ya murugushandisa panapa, and see kuti you have mulch on top of having a greenhouse. Rinofanira richisimudzira ma-temperatures maisa futi mulch.
This place ka inotonhora zvokuti.
Okay.
You'd find kuti kunoku tiri padhuze neDarwendale ndo panotangira Darwendale dam.
All right.
And then we've got Lake Chivero over the other side.
Saka
panapa ndo panonyatso kuti ma-prevailing winds anobva kuChivero, they come over to my plot. Anobvawo futi kuDarwendale, they come over through to my place.
Pane nyaya yekumanage ma-calcium yenyu, like especially I'm seeing kuti muri pa-fruiting stage,
yes,
of which it's very crucial. When the temperatures go below 16 degrees, calcium uptake is reduced in my plants, of which calcium, it contributes to the cell structure. The cells, especially at fruiting stage.
Kuno kuchando chatinacho chinotobva muvhu chaimo zvokuti ma-plants anotadza kana kunyatso kuita uptake ma-nutrients because of the cold. So we have been trying kuti timauche, and the mulching yedu inotichengetera ivhu redu. As you can see, it's soft and moist enough.
Yeah. So generally in winter, if temperatures go below 16, uptake of calcium nitrate, it's very limited. So this is a good initiative. This is a good. I can see even with the fruit, kuti it's well managed. Yeah. To avoid kuti ma plants anjenjere pasi adone, which makes them susceptible to ma fungal diseases. Anogara move. Use of trellising is encouraged. Chandafarira pamusoro pe trellising yamugitai. There are also additional support systems. Normally, farmers only use this trellising twine to support their plants, but there is an additional support here, which means mafruits achanjenjeri pasi. Normally akanjenjera pasi akutobenda. and fruit yakabheka is not sellable.
Kurima kwandinoita sekutaura kwandamboita before kuti inini I was inspired. Yes, ndairimawo chigarden changu chemuriwo, but then when I went for the tea party at that field day, ndakava inspired kuti someone who is also a professional is doing farming at a higher level. Inini ndakazvionawo ndiri munhu anokwanisa kuzviita because inini I'm also a professional in the engineering department. So haisi yenguva yakare whereby people would be thinking kuti farming is about those who failed to achieve my academics. Kwandiri nini farming is a lifestyle. You cannot do anything else pasina kurima. I find peace when I'm doing farming. Inondisimudzira to a certain level. Farming yatiri kuita isusu, as you can see my hands, they're not as hard as we used to think kuti murimi wese anenge achingori netsvina and whatnot. We are into smart agriculture. We can even have my hectares akawanda tichitoshandisa, we call it mechanized farming, whereby we use machines kuti tite tillage, kuti titoplanta, even harvesting. So farming itself has helped me to realize the real me. Yes, I'm into engineering, but when I'm doing farming, you know, the bond that I have with my plants is the same bond that I have with my kids. Kuti kubva pariri seed kusvika ndizopedzisa the last harvest, ndiro rudo rwandinaro nefarming. Mwanangu, iri harisi banana asi i-killed cucumber. Imi ndimi nyanzvi dzekuziva kuti manutrients here chii. Isusu sevarimi pamwe pachona tinotokundikana kuti tipagadzirise.
Right. Normally, mukaona cucumber rate kills. It is a result of a few factors. Fluctuation in moisture. Kudiridza kwenyu. Mvura pamwe yombowanda stereki, pamwe plant yotostresseka zvekuti yowana kupi mvura. And then pamwe pacho ingoro pakati nepakati. This contributes to killing. Then the temperatures, like sezvamaona izvezvi tiri muwinter, it contributes immensely kukela kwema cucumber enyu. Then the other things, zvinhu zvakaita sema-thrips, ikangoruma chete ipapo paita affected pakutobhenda. Tiripo panyaya ye-killing yema-cucumber. We mentioned kuti zvinokonzereswa ne-few factors. Akaita sema-pests, akaita sema-thrips, and then ma-cold temperatures, variations e-water. Kuti yamboita ishoma, yawandisa, yaita zviri pakati nepakati, zvinostressa plant. At the end of the day, inokuratidzai futi kuti ndiri stressed nekukela kwema-cucumber. So what can we do in the event yekuti tine ma-thrips? Panouya ma-acaricides enyu akaita sana dynamic ana ampligo. You use them muchisprayer mugreenhouse menyu, ma-identify ma-thrips. Then for ma-cold temperatures, sector rakwata chimboita kuti makaita incorporation ye-mulch and the use of greenhouse, which is very ideal kuavoid ma-colder temperatures. But kana tiri muwinter tingaite sei futi. Patinogadzira ma-greenhouse or vanogadzira ma-greenhouse vanoisa ma-curtains to try kuti mumbopinda mhepo inotonhorera kana uchipisa kana kwakutonhora futi. We may maintain them akavharwa kuti tirambe takachengetedza kudziya kuri munomu. Then kana kwakuzoti dziyeiwo kunze uko, then we can open the windows kuti tikwanise kumanage temperature yedu. Then panyaya yema-variations ekudiridza, I remember you mentioned kuti muneka soil probe inokuratidzai kuti moisture yenyu yakamira sei as we go down the soil profile. So it has to be used frequently. Safama haisi basa rekuti unorima nefoni sezvamunoita imimi munenge muripo pafarm penyu. So frequently you are coming muchicheka kuti mvura yapapi using your probe, then moisa mvura pairi kudiwa so that ma-variations yawo haite sei. And then the other thing chatinokwanisa kubatsiridza kuti asakele i-management yema-nutrients. Akaita mashoma, plant ya stressed, tatopa time yekuita flowering and fruiting, there is a high demand yema-nutrients. Akaita mashoma inokuudzai futi plant kuti ndakaomerwa kuburikidza ne-killing yema-cucumbers.
English cucumber crop riri so fragile, rinoaffectiwa nezvirwere zvakati wandei. Asi sezvo tenge tichirimira mugreenhouse, tinokwanisa kumaneja kucontrola madiseases iwayo. Tine ana down mildew anokonzereswa, they are fungal, anokonzereswa nematemperatures, kuchinja kwematemperatures mugreenhouse medu. Tinoona tichiaffectiwa ne-down mildew. We also have got insects, mana red spider, they also affect us, even aphids chaiwo. But nokuda kudzidziswa kwatakaitwa nema-agronomist, isusu we work preventive measures. So tinogara tichispraya religiously each and every week kuitira kuti to protect a plant redu from day one until the last day ratinozenge tati tapedza kuharvesta ma-English cucumbers. Vazhinji vedu zvavanoita when we are in business. Business is business. Kune chinonzi capital. Chatinoti capital isusu toti ndicho chinoita kuti urane business each and every day. Saka kana ukava munhu yavo kuti ukatengesa nhasi macucumbers woti rega ndimbopfuura nepapizza ini ndichitenga pizza, mind you wakutoita feed into your capital and also your profit before you even realize it. So isusu tinokurudzirana semadzimai kuti ngatisadya mbeu. Kana ukapiwa dengu rakazara nzungu enda unodyara, they will multiply. Ndo zvatinokoshesa isusu. Usadya mbeu, do not feed on your capital because you need to run. Right, kune vamwe varimi varimo munharaunda umu, you'd find kuti vanoita ma-issues anoita kuti vafaile in their business, in their farming business. Majority of us, we are cell-phone farmers. You'd find kuti your farm will be maybe 80 kilometers away from you. Urukungofonera vakomana, maisa fertilizer. What will they say? Yes, Taisa, but you are also proper ground. You need to put in place systems to safeguard yourself. Kana iwewe usiri pa ground. Some of the things zvatino kusatoziva chaiko kusava nechido nekuziva kuti if I have applied, let's say, AN per plant, what are the results after some days, after a week? Kakusaziva ikako zviri kuita kuti farmers afaile kuproduce the right crop or the right output of their product vanenge vachirima pamunda pavo. So isusu tiri kuti iva nesystem. Kana ukaisa farm manager, iko zvinezvi kwava netechnology, latest technology, you can do your video calling, wonyatsokuona zviri paground kana wakasungikana. But it is safe to be physical on the ground. Nokuti kana usipo, my helpers edu, they tend to do my shortcuts. So know your crop, put measures. It's a program inokwanisa kutevedzeka zvakanaka nevashandi.
The things I liked about this farm, to start with, don't just be a farmer who gets recommendations about varieties. Do trials. They have a greenhouse that is only responsible for carrying out trials of different varieties. I like the mulching system that they are using. On top of having a greenhouse, they have mulch. The advantages of using mulch is you reduce the pressure of having to do weeding in the greenhouse. Mulching suppresses all the weeds that were supposed to come from the ridges. And then the frequency of irrigation, it is also reduced. So take it this way. You are using a drip irrigation system, which reduces the amount of water that you could have been wasting in an open field. Then, on top of using a drip irrigation system, you have mulch. The frequency of irrigating eventually is reduced. So there is high water use efficiency.
Farming is a very, very profitable business. Farmers are actually supposed to be amongst the richest people in the world. Number 1, you already have a market. I need to eat. You need to eat. Everyone needs to eat. Animals need to eat. We all need your produce. So it means you already have a market that is ready for you. There is no reason for you not to make money because the market is already there waiting for you. It's not that people just want to eat. People need to eat. Consumer products fall in two categories. We have needs and wants. Wants are those things you can do without. These are luxuries. But your needs, these are things you have no choice but have to have. So majority of your produce as farmers, they fall under this category of necessities. There is no reason why you shouldn't be making money because we need what you have. Let's assume a person has 3 meals a day: makseni, maskati, maneru. And in Zimbabwe, we have approximately 10 million people in our nation. And now we're to multiply that by 3 meals. That's 30 meals a day. 30 million plates a day. And now with 365 days in a year, that's 10 billion plates. And if a plate is $1, that's 10 billion US dollars. And you're telling me farming doesn't have money. And these are just statistics for Zimbabwe, let alone Africa and the world. We are talking billions and billions of US dollars. And to think, in Africa, we have 60% of arable land. According to a report by the UN, if we do not increase food production by 70% come 2050, there will be world hunger. So when we look at it from the business and marketing perspective, considering the law of supply and demand, what it means is that farmers are set for life. And now for the third reason, Bill Gates. Yes, we know Bill Gates, Windows, Excel, Microsoft, we know him in IT. But now he is one of the biggest farmers in the world. Actually, he is the biggest farmer in the world. So moving from IT to farming. Now, why would the world's richest man move into farming, invest into farming? I mean, all his resources investing in farming. It means farming is a viable business. If there is big monies in farming, why is it that not all farmers are making money? I believe the gap is in marketing. We know how to produce, but we do not know how to sell. So on this program, we're going to be talking about e-commerce for farmers, marketing for farmers, and business management for farmers. Welcome to Incredible Farmers. I'm Stephanie Maiden.
This is what we had for you today. I'm sure it will help you to become a productive farmer. And even for those who haven't taken the initiative to start, you can now start with the knowledge that you have been given. Now we are signing out. See you next time.
Success in farming is a combination of a lot of factors. We start from soil tests. So before you plant anything, the first thing you must do is to do your soil tests so that you understand the nutrients that are in the soil. You also understand the nutrients that are in short supply, so that when you put your fertilizers, you know which fertilizers you must put in so that you enrich your soils. So this is the first step. There's no shortcut on that one. The farmer must do soil tests, understand the requirements, the nutrients in the soils, and also understand what you need to add on to make sure that you get a good and a healthy crop. Once that is done, the next thing is to make sure that you have the right seedling. How do you know that this is a good seedling? So when you roll a seedling on your finger, it must not break. That's a well-hardened seedling. So when you collect your seedlings from the nursery, roll that seedling on end of your fingers, from the bottom of the seedling, from the roots all the way to the end. That seedling must be able to roll nicely on your finger. And when you let it go, it must go back to its original position and original shape. That will confirm for you that a seedling is a correct seedling which has been well hardened. If the seedling breaks, then immediately take it back to the seedling nursery and don't put it in your field. So that's how you know that this is the right seedling.